Here with his power rankings, the editor, politicalderby.com, and New York Times bestselling author of The Wedding Letters, Jason Wright. Nice to see you this morning, Jason. Welcome.
Good morning, sir.
All right, so let's break down the latest political derby rankings. Number one at the top of your list, I guess this is no surprise, Newt Gingrich.
Yeah, there's Newt at the top. Pretty interesting if you look at where he was 6 or 8 months ago. He is surging in Iowa. He's actually making up some ground in Mitt's backyard in New Hampshire. And Mitt Romney really for the first time seeing a slippage in his numbers. He withstood everyone else taking their shot at the front, but now for the first time you're seeing him down 4 or 5 points in the composites.
And it's really interestingly not much Mitt is doing. He's not really moving at all. It's just that Gingrich is surging so much.
Well, you have seen a 4 or 5 point slippage in Mitt's numbers. It's not probably significant over the long haul, but certainly Newt up now in our composite. He's at 36%. That's the biggest lead anyone's had for a while.
Now, I notice in the middle of this horse race right now, Jason, there's an empty horse. And then there's two candidates behind that empty horse. What in the world?
Yeah, that's right. We really think that there's nobody in third place right now. I took a little bit of heat over the weekend at politicalderby.com when I talked about this. Some of my own guys say, look, Ron Paul's got to be in third. Here's my answer to that. Here's a guy, Ron Paul, who's been running for president so long that during his first campaign, being invited to a Lincoln Douglas debate actually meant being invited to a Lincoln Douglas debate. Guy's been running, thank you very much, I'm here all week. The guy's been running for so long, and here he has this ceiling. I know he's doing well in Iowa. He could actually pull off a win in Iowa, it's true. But I think right now, this is a two-man race.
But wow, Michelle Bachmann not on your list, John Huntsman not on your list, and in 5th place, Rick Perry. Think about that a month and a half ago where he was.
Yeah, Rick Perry, if he had maybe not been so arrogant, had quite the swagger early on, if he had been this relaxed, he seems very relaxed on the trail right now, I think this horse could have maybe made another run at the top, but he's done.
Unbelievable. All right, let's take a look at the composite, though. Your Political Derby composite poll, looking at all of these guys, a lot of the different polls from around the country right now. What do we see when we look at these lines here?
Well, let me make a quick point on Herman Cain. You'll still see that we are including Herman Cain in our composite because anybody that does an average that pulls him out at this point, it's just not good data. We don't have any polls, national polls, that reflect the news from Saturday that he is suspending his campaign. And we don't know yet. It's complete guesswork to say where Herman Cain's supporters are going to go. We think, and I think a lot of pundits agree, that most of his support will end up with Newt Gingrich. But right now, we don't know. So we're keeping Herman Cain in our numbers for now until we get some fresh data, good data that suggests where his people are going to go. Yeah,
with Gingrich way up at the top there. All right, Jason, I understand you have a birthday wish.
That's right. Breaking news from my lovely daughter, Oakley. She turns 16 tomorrow. If you're watching right now, guess what? You're not getting a car.
Keep her off the road for another few more years, Jason. Great to see you. Have a great week. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Coming up on the show, the man who President Obama picked to run Medicare and Medicaid now stepping down and blowing the whistle on waste. You've got to hear this. But first, let's check in with Hemmer. What's coming up at the top of the hour?
Do you think Oakley thought she was going to get a car?
Yeah, maybe she did. She's like, maybe if I watch Fox and Friends, I'll get a car.